So when removing this is the new one obviously, but when removing this from that as a piece, you'll want to unscrew that. That's a 10 millimeter. Unscrew that, pull this tab off right here, and then you're going to come down and you see this little tab right here. Well, that comes off, and then I would grab right here and I pull up. Kind of hard to do with two hands, but it still happens. The problem is there's one of these on the other side. So I've got a little stubby flathead, what, 2.5 inches long or something like that, 2-3 inches. And I'll actually make sure this side's locked, and I'll go all the way back here on the back side, and it's basically the largest protruding spot. So it's right by this little bar, or 30 amp I guess you could say, right down straight there. And if you just keep this flathead, I don't know if I can, there, let's try it with a light. Yep, so see, come back with the flathead, so I'm right here against those fuses, come back right there, and I can kind of just pry that there. So you get one hand to pry that there, and if you lift up on that side right over here, just because that's your best grip, lift up there. It's much easier to lift up that side and then this side second. So do the harder side first and the easier side second, and it pops up a lot easier. So this is the 2020 F-350 fuse box that has the water issues. We're pulling it apart to see. Start up here with this bolt where this is, if you've already got it out. And you're going to look at these little tabs. You're going to have a little T looking tab here. That's just the guide. But then you've got here, you can see how it's got this itty bitty lip there. And that kind of, when it's closed, it snaps shut. So the best way to get it off is you get it like this, and you get a little screwdriver. You just kind of put it under this. Make sure you try to get it right under here, because this is going to be your best support. And you're just going to kind of pry under here, and while you're prying under here, you're going to grab right here and pull, so you're kind of giving pressure. But you've got to start on one of these two ones and then work your way around. So do these top two, then this side here, and then come back over here to this side, and then work your way down, and then all the way to the back. And that's the best way to pull that off. Then once you get it off, it just kind of pops off like so. So this one's obviously pretty clean on this side. We're gonna try and get onto the other side, because I know that's where the water comes in, because the tabs like that are broken and there's no rubber seal on here, thank Ford. And because of where this is, it's hard to get that piece and that piece locked in and shut. So pulled all the big ones out, started pulling back on the board, and all the little ones have to come out also. So I'm trying to make myself a little map, but I definitely took a ton of pictures before I did this, so be prepared to take a lot of pictures and remember. So we pulled them all out. This just lifts up. There you go. Might be an issue to look into. We'll look around and see what we can find. We end up finding not just that, but when you come up here, look closely, you can start seeing it. It gets even worse up here in the corner. You know, you get all sorts of issues on that. Everywhere else looks to be pretty clean though. Just that one corner up in here. New one comes with everything, all fuses, new screws with the little tab in there so they don't fall out. I think these are 7 millimeter. Take the battery box out, makes it easier. You don't have to take the battery out, but it makes it easier. When you go to put these in, that electrical connector on both sides will not push in. You need to get it in, and then this actually stops it so it won't go in. So you actually have to screw this piece in order to suck that connector in, kind of annoying unless you have a power tool that goes slowly, so that you can slowly suck it in and make sure it goes in even. I did the front one first. We'll see if that works itself off or not. These, once you get these in, you can actually screw these tight. I did not look up the torque spec, but I got to the point where it pretty much comes to a stop. Once it comes to a stop, I just give it one little extra snug to make sure it's tight, but that way you don't really have to worry about it over tightening it or under tightening it. So this is what Ford has sent me on pieces. This, if you look closely, 14 Alpha 068 actually comes as a whole unit, not just the individual board. And then that tab's broken. I did get a lid. I probably don't need one, but in our scenario, I got a couple of trucks that have the same issue. That's that. This is a 2020 F-350. I can't promise you they're gonna all be the same, but those are gonna be the two pieces you need from Ford. I think we were getting this for $190, and this piece is like 20 something bucks. I think I got it. The last one I did was 25 bucks for the lid, $190 for the piece right here. They charge, looks like last time I did it, Ford charged us over $600 just in labor. And then if you go over, let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Pull this over here. There's actually a TSB for it, and it's funny because here's the hours to change it, so it actually only takes 0.8, and they charge you $600 to do it all.